You stand up for just a second, maybe to grab a drink or answer a message, and suddenly your seat is gone. Your cat is sitting there like they own the place, looking warm, proud, and strangely satisfied. Most people laugh it off, but I learned that this tiny habit can reveal huge things about your cat's emotional world. When a cat steals your seat, they are never doing it by accident. Every behavior has meaning. Today we break down the 5 real reasons behind this feline mystery. Point 1. Warmth and comfort. Cats are experts at energy conservation. Their bodies run hotter than ours, sitting around 101.5 to 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit, which means they instinctively seek warm surfaces to maintain comfort without burning extra calories. When we sit somewhere, our body heat lingers for a surprisingly long time. To a cat, that warm spot becomes the perfect cozy nest. I always compare it to the way they choose sunny windowsills or heated blankets. Your recently vacated seat is simply the most appealing real estate in the room. There is also something fascinating about how sensitive their paws are. Cats have thermoreceptors that allow them to detect tiny differences in temperature. They are literally designed to find the warmest location available. So the moment you get up, your cat detects that leftover warmth and thinks, "This feels perfect." It becomes an instinctive decision, almost automatic, driven by their biology. Warmth also connects directly to emotional safety. When a cat feels secure with someone, they seek out warm, quiet, familiar places. And believe it or not, your seat represents all 3. It smells like you. It feels like a protected part of their environment, and it is usually in a spot where they feel relaxed. This combination makes your seat more than just a warm cushion. It becomes a comfort zone. Even more interesting is that some cats steal seats only when they feel slightly stressed. Warm places can soothe tension in their muscles and nervous system. That is why anxious cats often curl up on fresh laundry or under blankets. The warmth helps regulate their emotional state. So if your cat jumps into your seat the moment you stand up, it could be their way of seeking comfort, stability, and physical ease. Point 2. Your scent and emotional bonding. If warmth is the physical reason behind seat stealing, scent is the emotional one. A cat's sense of smell is up to 14 times stronger than ours. They experience the world primarily through scent cues. Every place you sit, every object you touch, and every area you pass carries a unique chemical signature of you. And for your cat, that scent is incredibly comforting. It represents familiarity, belonging, and security. When your cat curls up in your spot, they are not just claiming warmth. They are surrounding themselves with the scent of the person they trust most. It is almost like they are giving themselves a hug through your smell. Cats are subtle creatures. They do not jump around or wag their tails to show affection the way dogs do. Instead, they choose quiet, meaningful gestures, and this one is one of the most powerful. Scent also plays a role in social bonding. Studies on feline behavior show that cats in bonded pairs often sleep on each other's beds or rest in each other's preferred spots. By bathing themselves in your scent, your cat is reinforcing a deep emotional connection with you. It is a sign that you are the source of their comfort, safety, and stability. Cats who struggle with separation anxiety rely even more heavily on scent. When you leave the home, the strongest remaining reminder of you is your scent left in your favorite chair or on your blankets. By settling in your seat, your cat is regulating their emotions and coping with your absence. Even confident cats do this as a way of maintaining their social connection. In multi-cat households, the most bonded cat often sleeps where the owner sits the most, almost like marking the relationship. When you understand this, the simple act of finding your cat in your spot becomes something beautiful. It is not an act of defiance. It is an expression of love. Point 3. Territorial marking and social rank. Cats are territorial by nature. They use scent glands located on their cheeks, paws, flanks, and tail to leave chemical messages throughout their environment. These messages communicate ownership, familiarity, and social hierarchy. When your cat settles in your seat, they are not only enjoying warmth and comfort, they are also engaging in a behavior known as scent mixing. Scent mixing happens when a cat places their scent on top of yours. This does not mean they are trying to dominate you. Instead, they are merging your scents to create a shared signature. In feline social groups, this is a powerful sign of belonging. Cats who are part of the same social unit often rub against each other and share resting spots. Your seat becomes a social symbol of your bond. In multi-cat homes, however, this behavior can take on additional meaning. If one cat always rushes to claim your seat right after you get up, it might be quietly signaling its status within the household. Cats often establish a hierarchy based on access to valued resources, and your warm, scent-rich seat can become one of those prized resources. It is not aggressive or confrontational. It is simply feline politics working in the background. Another layer to this behavior is confidence. Confident cats are more likely to rest in high-value areas, while timid or anxious ones may avoid them. So if your cat frequently claims your seat, It is usually a sign that they feel secure in your presence and confident in their environment. They are not afraid to rest where you rest. Cats also use this behavior to maintain routine and predictability. By marking your seat, they reinforce stability in their territory. A stable environment reduces stress and helps them feel in control. So your cat sitting in your seat is also performing essential emotional maintenance. It keeps their home base consistent and predictable. Point 4. Separation anxiety and emotional regulation. Seat stealing can shift from normal behavior to an emotional signal when it becomes obsessive. Cats with separation anxiety often cling to anything that carries their owner's scent. Your seat becomes the closest thing to having you physically near them. When you leave, they retreat to that spot to calm themselves. Cats with separation anxiety may follow their owners around the house, meow excessively when left alone, or overgroom themselves due to stress. If they immediately rush to your seat the moment you stand up, and especially if they seem distressed when you return or leave again, this behavior might not be just comfort-seeking. It could be emotional regulation. Studies show that scent plays a critical role in lowering a cat's stress hormones. When your cat feels vulnerable or insecure, your scent becomes a soothing anchor. This is why cats may sleep on their owner's laundry, pillows, or blankets. Your seat is saturated with one of the strongest scent signatures in the house. To an anxious cat, it is the emotional equivalent of a weighted blanket. Sometimes the trigger is environmental. Moving homes, new family members, schedule changes, or even loud noises can make cats feel insecure. When that happens, they cling even more to your scent. Your cat might not be able to communicate stress verbally, but their behavior speaks volumes. If you notice changes such as loss of appetite, vocalizations, hiding, or destructive behavior along with seat stealing, it might be time to assess their anxiety levels. Anxiety does not make your cat needy or dramatic. It is a real emotional challenge that they are trying to cope with using the tools available to them. And your seat, filled with warmth and scent, becomes their emotional refuge. Point 5. A sudden change could be a health warning. This is the most serious reason your cat might suddenly start stealing your seat. Cats are masters at hiding pain or illness. It is an instinctive survival mechanism inherited from their wild ancestors. When a cat suddenly begins seeking warmth more intensely than usual, it can be a subtle clue that they are experiencing discomfort. Warmth provides relief for aching joints, especially in older cats who may be developing arthritis. Many owners overlook the early signs of joint pain because cats rarely limp or cry out. Instead, they quietly seek warm surfaces, soft bedding, or freshly vacated seats that feel like a heating pad. Metabolic disorders like hyperthyroidism or diabetes can also make cats more sensitive to temperature changes. Kidney disease, which is common in senior cats, may cause fatigue and a need for comfort and warmth. Even fever can trigger heat-seeking behavior because the body temperature fluctuates and the cat tries to regulate their internal balance. Another major clue is clinginess. Cats who suddenly begin craving their owner's scent and presence may be feeling vulnerable or physically weak. It is their way of seeking reassurance. If you notice your cat stealing your seat along with changes in appetite, litter box habits, grooming, or energy levels, it is absolutely worth scheduling a vet check. Seat stealing by itself is usually normal, but a sudden increase in the behavior, especially in older or previously independent cats, is a signal you should never ignore. Pain, inflammation, and internal discomfort often show up in small behavioral shifts long before obvious symptoms appear. Paying attention to these quiet clues could help you catch a condition early, which gives your cat a much better chance of treatment and comfort. So the next time your cat steals your seat, pause before you laugh. This tiny habit carries meanings that range from sweet affection to emotional vulnerability and even early signs of illness. Sometimes it is simple warmth. Sometimes it is your scent giving them comfort. Sometimes it is feline politics at play. And sometimes it is a quiet cry for help. When we start paying attention to these little behaviors, we understand our cats on a deeper level. We become more present, more attentive, and more connected to them. And that is what every cat truly wants from us. They do not communicate with words. They communicate with small choices, soft gestures, and emotional instincts. When you learn to read them, you become the safe place they always believed you were. If your cat steals your seat, now you know exactly what they are trying to say.